Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Thomas Hoppo, and this is KUJH, continuing coverage of KU Student Senate Election Night. Polls have just closed, ending Student Senate voting, and the Court of Appeals has agreed to issue an injunction postponing when the election results will be announced. The court is meeting tonight at 9 in the Big 12 room of the Kansas Union. They will hear arguments in the Jayhawkers' appeal of the Elections Commission's decisions to disqualify them from the election. On Tuesday, the Elections Commission disqualified the entire Jayhawkers coalition, including all candidates from the election. The commission found Jayhawkers violated a rule that forbids them from purchasing food for campaign purchases. Jayhawkers allegedly brought Chipotle for an event on March 30th and did not report this in their weekly financial report. In its decision, the commission and this action gave the coalition an unfair advantage in the election. Tonight from 9 to 11, the Court of Appeals will meet to hear arguments about the violation. Election results have been postponed until one of the two requirements has been satisfied. Either 5 days have passed from April 9th or the court has reached a verdict on the appeal. We'll hear from Mackenzie Oatman, Jayhawkers presidential candidate, in a few minutes, but first, let's introduce each coalition's candidates. Mackenzie Oatman is Jayhawkers candidate for president. Oatman is a junior from Overland Park studying finance. She spent 3 years on Student Senate starting as a freshman and is now coordinator of Into the Streets. Oatman says she wants to better connect students to KU's resources and make sure they know how to use services they're already paying for. Mitchell Cota is Jayhawkers candidate for vice president. Cota is a junior from Overland Park studying marketing and international business. He also joined Student Senate as a freshman and was Student Senate Multicultural Affairs Chair. As a minority himself, Cota says he is concerned about the retention of minority students and wants to increase the numbers of minority students at KU. Morgan Saeed is Grow KU's candidate for president. Saeed is a junior from Kansas City, Kansas, studying journalism. She is the Student Senate Outreach Director and a Title IX committee member. Saeed says the climate of Senate needs to change and wants to make it a better liaison between students, organizations, and administrators. Miranda Wagner is Grow KU's candidate for vice president. Wagner is a junior from Shawnee studying economics. She is a junior-senior College of Liberal Arts and Sciences student senator, as well as the Alternative Breaks Core Finance coordinator. Wagner says her personal goal is to make everyone feel connected to Student Senate. Kevin Hundelt is Crimson and True's candidate for president. Hundelt is a junior from St. Louis studying architecture and is currently the Student Senate Rights Committee chair and a member of Students for a Sustainable Future. Hundelt says there is too much argument between senators for too little progress. If elected, he wants to get the Senate to focus on the student body. Sarah Anise is Crimson and True's candidate for vice president. Anise is junior from Wichita studying journalism. She's a student intern at KU's Legal Services and Muslim Student Association member. Anise says she wants to bring changes to campus that will impact those who haven't had a voice. And those are your student body presidential and vice presidential candidates. We'll be back in a moment live with Mackenzie Oatman.